Cork lining out with Fergal Duffy, number 1, Dave Saunders 5, Kevin Cahalane 3, Patrick Hickey 7, Sean Og Murphy 6, and Rory Murphy. Striker is wearing number 8 for Shamrock Rovers. Have Patrick Hutton in goal, it's Justin Guiney. Patrick unavailable today. Stuart McAvoy wearing 2, Christy McGalligan wearing 10, skipper Kevin O'Rourke wearing 10, and so Kevin O'Rourke wearing 6, and Alan Wall wearing number 8. Rovers manager Stuart McSweeney straight away encouraging his troops. Christy McGalligan gets a block in, rolls back to Justin Guiney, netminder with European and World Cup experience. The amputees. Wall gives out to Kevin O'Rourke. O'Rourke looking to get a 1-2, but that breaks down there. So back to Alan Wall, not only a striker but he covers every blade of grass, does Alan. So back to Guiney, options wide. So national team manager McGalligan on the ball, scored a couple of crackers in the league this season, so the potent left foot, and there goes that attempted one-touch passing that Rovers have developed this season. Just like to move the ball. So Cork on the attack, trying to get a shot away. Guiney quick in. Get a full hand on that now on the right hand side with McGalligan. Kevin O'Rourke just overcooked that pass. So Dave Saunders take this kick in. Options. Rory Murphy looking to get around the back post, and good touch from McGalligan clearing, wall breaking, has O'Rourke inside, tries to back heel it but breaks down. So opening moments of this particular match, we're joined by Simon Baker, founder of the Irish Amputee Football Association and co-founder of the European version. Simon, your thoughts?
Oh, it's brilliant to see, isn't it? It's how much it's come on now, and the skill level now, and how the game's developed here in Ireland. Fantastic, fantastic. Congrats to all those involved there.
Well, these two sides know each other, as everybody does, because it's a very small band of brothers, but always competitive, Simon.
I was just commenting there now how competitive they've become. I mean, they're used to playing together internationally and all that, but you can see with the league, the competitive is, but the sportsmanship's still there, so it's great to see. Yeah.
Well, Rovers league champions, and deservedly so, but last time out it was the League Cup, and it was Bows who took home the silverware, showing just how competitive this league is. That it's not been dominated by one team.
No. I mean, look, last year Cork were winners. Do you know? I mean, it's a total different side again this year now, and it's very close. Like, even you can see here, Shamrock Rovers might have won, but it's still all to play for Cork, and Bows fighting for second place here.
Well, your own work, Simon, with the European Federation, and an Irish team about to move into European football. I mean, the game is flourishing.
Well, last year's European Championships there in Georgia was fantastic. The Champions League as well now has taken off, so these are all playing hopefully now. The Shamrock Rovers looking forward to go to the Champions League next year. Last year we launched the Champions League in Georgia. It was a massive success. I mean, we had an average of 65,000 people watching the games over 2 days.
Wow. Great numbers, decent, healthy crowd. Not quite 65,000 here today, but there's a few people who've turned up to watch the action here. Ballymun United involved in the Leinster Junior Cup match over on the main pitch, but concentrating on the action here in the all-weather. Still scoreless, so Stuart McAvoy gone wide to Christy McGallagher. Christy down to Wall. Well, Simon, you have hung up the boot, but do you miss it?
Yeah, totally, yeah. Just even getting out and having a spin around with the lads and stuff like that, you know, it's a bit of crack as well, like, you know.
Oh, yeah, we see Mandy King here as well. Mandy, who was known to get stuck in the day as well.
Mandy actually played in our very first appearance in a World Cup, so in Mexico there, 2014, so fantastic.
Great to see her here today.
Yeah.
So Sean Murphy on the ball. Back to Fergal Duffy. Rory Murphy. Alan Wall gets his block in. Stephen Cow makes his introduction. Christy McGallagher. It's a breeder. So Simon, just to explain to us, I mean, these guys are fit, but is there different muscles that would tire out easier, you know, that you're on the crutches?
Well, all the training, yeah. I mean, the shoulders and that take it, but the balance and your core but at the same time, I mean, these fellas, you know, they train, your muscle memory, you know, you adapt to what's needed, like.
Well, as you say, you know, it's great to see the level that it's got to. But those early days, you know, when you got involved in, I think you've gone on record where you had a bout of depression. But sport found a way out for you.
Yeah, for me, sport was my medicine, like, you know, and it changes people's perceptions, you know. I remember when we first started over in Mountview, and we brought over the England team there to launch Amputee football in Ireland, and when we first saw him kicking the ball, we wanted to get back into the car. I mean, I remember Christy McElliott saying, you know, this wasn't for him, you know, and the level he played at when he had two legs, like, you know. But you know, it's a fantastic game. It's so skillful. It's so entertaining. Look, it's just football, and there's a bit missing. That's it.
Well, that's several European Championship and World Cup later, where Ireland have always performed admirably, and so often with Simon Baker at the heart of all of that, whether on or off the pitch, and still making a valuable contribution. So Rovers moving the ball sweetly around the park. So, one-touch football that we saw out in the Carlisle grounds. So skipper Kevin O'Rourke, who gets over the ground so easy.
Kevin's a very skillful player. Very skillful. He'd be one of the best himself. And Alan Wall there. They really link up well here. You know, I've been watching them throughout the season.
Yeah, that ability to get across the ground really seems to make you stand out as a player. And Wall making a brave attempt on. Great opportunity there for Cork City. And
Rory there, was it?
Rory Murphy scooping the ball over Justin Guiney's crossbar, and Rovers have had most of the possession, but you'd have to put down as being the best opportunity in the match so far. And Cork shown that they have something about them. Overcooked. Good chance that, Simon.
Yeah, unlucky. I'd say Rory would be disappointed he didn't make some more of that.
Oh, rain gently falling here in Ballymun, as we call it over here, liquid sunshine, but not affecting the play at all. You okay? So Wall trying to trick there, and again showing good movement. Let's get McAvoy back into it and gets a touch on it. First time ball, O'Rourke with an opportunity. The ball links up and O'Rourke bottom corner, and a lovely setup. Lovely setup from Stephen Carroll. And O'Rourke, skipper, coming onto it, drills it low into the bottom corner. Well worked goal, that, Simon.
Oh, fantastic. But that's Kevin O'Rourke. You'd expect that from him. He's such a skillful player. He knows exactly where he wants to put the ball, and he reads the game really well. I suppose that's why it shows that they're league champions.
Absolutely. But that fluid movement, the one-touch passing, so evident of Shamrock Rovers' game, and that goal just perfect example of that movement, and beautiful finish. So nothing that Fergal Duffy could do about that. Cork City manager Chris McDermott, who has lined out in goal past couple of matches, but replaced, he's out injured today. Cork very much in this match still. I know it's only 1-0, but they have shown their own ability to get forward and create opportunities, Simon.
Oh yeah, very much so. And we have to remember, I mean, Cork played last year in the European Champions League, so very experienced team, and played very well in the Champions League there last year. So no, there's some good players, some very experienced players. Dave Saunders playing there for many years, World Cup, European Championships played in. You've got Kevin Cahalan on the sideline there as well, waiting to come on.
Well, action underway again here. So Rovers 1-0 to the good, and a shot from distance, and Justin Goiney, it's a big right hand out and gets it under control, and ball with Wall. Has goal scorer O'Rourke wide on the right hand side trying to cut in. Stephen, no, but back to Fergal Duffy. So it's Rory Murphy on the ball, faced by Kevin O'Rourke, and he gets away on the end line. Bit of contact, but he still retains possession. Before he just runs it out of play. Oh yes, Rover substitute Cal shown decent movement. Ball goes out wide to Wall. Very athletic and acrobatic player. So 1-0 half time. Rovers in control at this point in time. Simon, on the calendar, what's coming up in terms of the internationals?
Well, I suppose next year now is they'll be looking at the Euros now in September. They'll be held in Krakow in Poland. Going to be fantastic. I mean, Poland, they pull out all the stops. I mean, they were the leaders in how to run a tournament and things like that. So I suppose next year, and I'm sure Christie, as the international manager for the Irish Amputee football team, will probably try and get a few friendlies in next year as well, so in the build up to that. But the Euros next year is going to be absolutely fantastic.
Of course, it all takes funding, and I know the FEI do support, but funding is crucial, isn't it?
Yeah, look, I mean, the European Amputee Football Federation are very lucky. They're part of UEFA's Football Social Responsibility Programme, and they receive funding, but it's not always the funding, it's the recognition. Do you know, even I look here, you've got proper clubs, proper League of Ireland clubs, which lads want to play for. Cork City, Shamrock Rovers, Bohemians. It'd be nice to see maybe next year, maybe another club come on board, and it's fantastic that the league support it, with the kit and the support part of it, because it's football at the end of the day.
Well, Ronan Croak, the Bohemians manager, telling us beforehand, the Amputee squad were brought out onto the pitch. The recent Airtricity Premier Division match with Waterford, and they got a rapturous reception following that wonderful success out in the Carlisle grounds, which also included our friends from Scotland and Partick Thistle. Great afternoons football out in Bray in County Wicklow. Sports file photographer in attendance here today. Of course, the league title will be presented at the conclusion of play this afternoon, and it will be the Mighty Hoops who'll take that trophy, and a lovely trophy it is, back to Tallaght Stadium. Stuart, very passionate Shamrock Rovers manager, always giving the instructions out, isn't he?
Yeah, but I mean, look, he's passionate about the club, and he's passionate about the team, and I think you can even see that with the players. They're passionate about playing for Shamrock Rovers. I know they've also appeared on the pitch a couple of times there, and again, great reception from the fans and that. But look, at the end of the day, either you're playing for your country, which is Ireland, or you're playing for your club, which is, as we see here now, it's fantastic, really great.
Well, second half underway in a minute or two. So Kevin O'Rourke, skipper, just taking a little bit of a breather. We do have Kevin Fogarty, who's looking to make his league debut for Shamrock Rovers here this afternoon. Kevin from Blanchardstown has been training for the past 10 weeks and looking forward to getting onto the field of play. So McGilligan back on the park, over to Stuart McAvoy, and Wall, good first touch. This Cal making, Stephen Cal definitely showing good mobility, and so McGilligan, League of Ireland winner with St Patrick's Athletic, Junior Cup winner with Ballymun United. So Guiney goes short. McAvoy, and Wall goes to ground, and he's picked up just no contact, just lost his balance. So those falls, I mean, Simon, you can end up hurting yourself.
Yeah, look, just same as any other football, You take a knock, you get up, that's it. You don't really feel it until you go back to the dressing room. Because it's a synthetic pitch here, it'd be a bit greasy with the rain, and you are going to slip everything. But I think what happened to Alan there, he's just slipped over, and I think the crutch dug into his rib there. As his coach said there, he's an embarrassment.
Well, Wall, guy capable of finding the net and back into the action. He scored some absolutely majestic goals for Rovers this year, and again that athleticism up and down the pitch, and never gives less than 100%. Wall straight back into it. Robin Dave Saunders, and ball back with Rovers. Now McAvoy. Likewise, Cork introduced Kevin Cahalan. Fergal Duffy gets a big hand on that ball, so in the back of the net.
Oh, they won't be happy to concede that one. I think it was more a slippy, wet, greasy ball, was it? Just wasn't able to handle it.
Well, ball is in the back of the net, and it looks as if it was Kevin Callahan. And Justin Guiney surprised by it, and just the greasy conditions might have contributed to that, but Cork City have levelled the match here. So 1-1. So will Rovers respond to that? So McElligott, Carl looking to get in around the back. Wall comes short. McAvoy goes in the middle, and an opportunity for McAvoy. Oh, cut out. Dave Saunders getting a big tackle in there. Self and Sean Murphy at the middle of the back. So, of course, Carl Stewart McAvoy and Kevin O'Rourke and debutant Kevin Fogarty into the action here. All we can do is wish Kevin Fogarty the best of luck.
Again, it's great to see new faces, isn't it?
Well, absolutely, Simon. I suppose anybody who's listening in and, you know, is available for selection, you know, how would they do? Is it just make contact with their nearest club?
Yeah, well, I suppose the thing is you can get in touch with Christy McElligott through the FAI, or sure if you go onto the Irish Amputee Facebook page and private message there, you'll get a response and see if there's what's going on in your area.
Well, exactly, and we had guests from Belfast last time out. Good control there from Fogarty, and he's been urged to have a shot, and you know, so
it doesn't look out of place there, considering it's his decadent debut.
Oh, well done. So Alan Wall trying to shut down his Rory Murphy on the ball now. It's by two Shamrock Rovers players, and Kevin O'Rourke looking to get a tackle and nicks it off him, and back with Justin Guiney, and sure touch from McElligott to Wall. There's that one touch passing again from Rovers, and Fogarty joining in the move. Wall throws a shape, looks to get a shot away. That comes off Sean Og Murphy. So Shamrock Rovers corner ball. Oh, and Rovers trying a set piece move off the training ground. So Rovers in possession. Alan Wall, guy more than capable of finding the net. O'Rourke inside the centre circle, wide to Fogarty. Fogarty tries a shot, and Fergal Duffy again shows good touch all the way back to Justin Guiney. Fogarty has a look up, and he has options. Well, Simon, a man who ran the Dublin City Marathon without the prosthetic. What was that all about?
It was many years ago, really, I suppose. Just wanted to get into some sort of sport, and I suppose people were steering me to get into a wheelchair or get into the swimming pool, and I suppose really it was just for my own benefit, like, you know. So I decided I'd try the Dublin Marathon that time with in 2008 without the prosthetic and the crutches. Got a place in the Guinness Book of Records, but I suppose from that is where I got the idea then to look for a sport, and I came across amputee football, and with the support of Oisin Jordan and the FAI, and of course then Christy McElliott, that's when 2011 Irish amputee football was born. Like.
Modest observation, place in the Guinness Book of Records. That was a world record, Simon.
Yeah, well, look, it was never about setting a record for me. You know, it was more the fact of trying to create something and getting people to look at me as an athlete rather than somebody with a disability, like, you know.
And just to explain, I mean, your limb loss was work related. Some of them, you know, are born with without limbs and stuff like that. Everybody has their own story to tell, but it's not really about, it's about competing.
And I mean, to be honest with you, it was probably it's something we always used to comment on, like, you know, these lads come here to play football. They've one thing in common. It's not that they've a bit missing, it's that they all have a love for football and soccer, and they want to play it. So I mean, we don't sit here and talk about war wounds or stuff like that, you know. It's they sit there and talk about football and, you know, and get on with the game, like, you know. And again, they want to be seen as footballers, and they're representing their country and they're representing their clubs, and that's what it's about, really, you know. And as I say, after a few minutes, you actually forget that they've got a leg missing, like, or an arm.
Or an arm. Your own travels. I mean, you've been away in places like Tanzania or Tanzania. Some people like to call it, but trying to set up an amputee program over there as well.
Yeah, well, funny enough, at this time last year, July last year, we launched the Amputee Football Project, part of the European Amputee Football project there. FAI again, and all the clubs in Ireland were very supportive. We took over, myself and Christy McElliott took over 365 kg of kit and equipment, and it's kind of ironic now because this week, Tanzania are playing in the African Nations Cup in Angola, and they actually won yesterday 2-0, so it's fantastic to see. I'm heading to Gaza now next week. We do a lot of work. We started doing some work with the International Committee Red Cross. Amputee football is hoped to introduce as part of their physical rehabilitation program. So yeah, it's great. As I say, going back to Gaza next week.
Cork City, 2 frees in quick succession, but Rovers have managed to block it out. But bit of a full court press there from Cork City, but Rovers have weathered that. So Stuart McAvoy taking time out. O'Rourke back on. Fogarty's done well since he came on. And, Justin Goiney gets a hand to it, came to him and skidded off the surface, but so 1-1. So O'Rourke. Cahalan on the ball. Goes back to Fergal Duffy. And McGallagher takes it full on the chest, but probably needed to go to do that. That ball was travelling, and he took the sting out of it. Good skills there from McGallagher, and Wall goes to ground and earns himself a free. No, that particular decision didn't find favour with Dave Saunders. No, he wasn't having it. Danny, we have a pitch invader. In fairness, he's carrying a crutch. Okay, Alan Wall on the ball. Is he looking to cover the ground? Oh, great strike. Unlucky, but whistle hadn't gone. Great execution from Wall.
Passion's running high there now.
Yeah, absolutely. And there's people out there that are winners and they're looking to win. So can Wall repeat the feat? Kevin O'Rourke trying to lock it out. Oh, and he goes near side this time, and he switched sides, and again excellent execution and technique from Wall. And Cork knock it out for a corner. So Kevin O'Rourke. So Wall on the ball, looking to go backwards. and so Claudio can so in. So there's a yellow for Dave Saunders and the debutant Kevin Fogarty, and Stuart McCluskey telling people to relax. Simon Baker pointed out, I mean, passion's burning, running high, but Claudio in very quickly there to sort it out. I think it was only a touch of verbals, really, but okay. Underway again. Kevin O'Rourke's that match is finished 1-1, and Rovers held on home ground, but honours even, and I suppose on the balance of play, Simon, 1-1, fair result?
Yeah. I mean, it was 2 good goals there. Justin Guiney will probably be upset that he let that in, but I mean, I wouldn't say he even let it in. Actually, he wasn't expecting it. It was a great strike. And again, look, it's all to play for, as I say. Cork, and even though Shamrock Rovers have it won, Cork and Bows want, they're fighting for second place, so great result.
Sean Murphy and Fergal Duffy completing the Cork lineup, so straight away. Sean Murphy trying to get his team on the attack. It's Gary Hoey. Wide to Donald Blythe. He has Neil Hoey out wide. Ball recycled back with Hoey. He might struggle to get to that. Donald Blythe offers an apology. So Cahalan, Sean Murphy, Kevin, Rory Murphy, but the ball breaks down. So Gary Hoey, Donald Blythe, wide to right, and that's the option he goes for. Neil Hoey comes and shows, foreshadowed by Kevin Cahalan, but Hoey again. I think the conditions are beginning to impact here just a little bit. Ball skidding off the surface here, just too much pace on it. So back with Fergal Duffy. Now Cahalan now on the ball all the way across to Sean Og. Now Cork happy to let Fergal Duffy be the playmaker, like he's initiating the moves. Kevin Cahalan, so then Gary Hoey will win that ball, and he cuts inside and shows the experience. And Stefan Balog looking to get onto a ball, goes out of play. Kick into Cork City. Couple of minutes on, second match. Rovers and Cork drawn 1-1 in the opening game of this round robin series for the Irish Amputee Football Association. Title already won by Shamrock Rovers. There will be a presentation later on. Sean Murphy sort of under pressure from Balog, and he knocks it out for a corner for Bohemians. These games generously supported by Magazine Pharmaceuticals. Rain beginning to fall a little heavier here at Ballymun United ground. So and again another scrappy opening here. So the ball's broken down a couple of times, possession gifted, but we can expect I was saying Simon, Bohemians will come into this game full of confidence after their most recent success out in the Carlisle grounds with the the League Cup title safely in their hands.
Yeah, 100%. So, but as I say, I mean, two good sides here. Cork will be probably a little bit tired because they played in the first match, but I was just talking there. I mean, I think there's only 2 points between the two sides in the league. So, as I say, both teams want to finish second, and no one wants to come last.
Well, yes, this series of matches has gone out on road trips. We're down to Waterford, we've been out to Bray, and it's just a way, Simon, of showcasing the sport.
Yeah, people still don't understand. I mean, you say amputee soccer and they think you play with a prosthetic. So look, take it on the road, get people to have a look. It's creating awareness. And as I say, hopefully more players will come along and say, I wouldn't mind having a go at that. And people shouldn't be looking and going, I wouldn't be able to do that. Come along and try, and there's training programs to get people in and bring them up to the level they need to be like.
Exactly, and the live streaming on Striker Facebook has opened the sport up to a lot new, a bigger audience that would have previously been the case. And many thanks to the Irish Amputee Football Association for sponsoring these live broadcasts. As we mentioned, cameraman today is Ed Scannell. Cagey enough start. Patrick Hickey just put under pressure, putting Gary Howie under pressure, and he just knocked it out. So Sean Murphy has Cahalane wide, but he comes up the line, and it's Rory Murphy with an opportunity. Goal opens up. Eddie O'Reilly got down well. I mean, had to make the save. He was unsure. No, ball in with Stephen Balla competing with Sean Ogan, Gary Howie calling Steph. Howie wide to Donald Bly to Neil Howie wide in the right. One of the youngest players out there, came up through the Amputee Academy system, and is now a regular for club and country. Is the former St. Aidan's CBS pupil. Just from a refereeing perspective, two officials very accomplished in their own right, 11 aside, and futsal. Any particular rules that viewers should be aware of, and contact with the crutch and stuff like that?
I suppose, look, you can't use your residual limb, and you can't control the ball with the crutches either. If it's ball to crutch, yeah, it's. But if it's the other way, if it's crutch to ball, then it's classed the same as a handball, a free kick. Apart from that, no, just put the ball back in the back of the net.
Well, that's very simple, Simon. And thanks for that explanation. And Balla gets a shot away, but Cork netminder equal to that.
Goalkeeper obviously can't leave the area, that's another rule as well.
So Patrick Hickey on the ball. Just again, the ball travelling over the all-weather here at Ballymun, just a little touch quicker than people like that. Once you're put under pressure as well, so you're liable to make a mistake. Cahalane wide on the left-hand side for Cork City, crosses the halfway line, and Gary Howie gets ahead on that ball. So Rory Murphy about to take this. And Donald Bly gets a clearance in. Cahalane coming out, opportunity for a shot. Oh no, forced wide. Sean Ogan, the shout is no cross from Ronan Croak, the Bohemians manager. He got what he was looking for. Well, lots of experience here, in terms of international experience, and so just stepping up, Simon, from club to international. Decided step.
Yeah, it's. I suppose. Look, there's a big pool of players, so I'm sure all of these players who are playing here want to impress Christie. As I say, I presume the training weekends will start after the Christmas now, and everyone will be fighting for a place. You can only bring. He'll bring probably about 13 players. So, everyone wants to fight for that position. Obviously, everyone's fighting for their own position, strikers, defenders, midfielders, goalkeepers. But I mean, it'll probably be next summer before he starts picking his squad. But yeah, you've got some great players. I mean, look at young Neil Hoy there. Fantastic, absolutely super fit, And as you say, he came up through the junior academy, like.
Yeah, no, proud of our boy pulling on that green jersey. Great honour to go out and represent your country. And I mean, some of these boys have travelled, yourself included. Like there's been trips to Mexico and South America and stuff like that.
Yeah, last year, 2017 was the World Cup, and last year was then we had the Euros. That was in Turkey, and we've travelled from so many places, and it's great dedication. I mean, a lot of them need to take time off work and things like that. So, there's many people to thank to make these trips happen,
Absolutely, and I know the likes of Paddy Power have been involved, and Magazine mentioned generous supporters of the Irish Amputee Football Association League Championship. Pharmaceutical company, and we've mentioned them several times, and we make no apologies. Anybody else who would like to get involved in terms of support or sponsorship, check out the Irish Amputee Football Association Facebook page. Opportunity there. Patrick Hickey just couldn't pull the ball back for Rory Murphy, and Bohemians break up that Cork attack. So still scoreless here. Balog makes a run, and just balled in behind them, and just the execution wasn't there. Good idea, but so Sean comes short to Hickey, and opportunity there. Sean trying to get Rory Murphy in on goal, but just shepherded out over the end line. Break up that attack from the men from the Lee side. So Neil Hoey on the ball, looking to get Balog in on goal, but broken up. Kevin Cahalan on the far side, looking to get the ball under control as the rain falls a little heavier here at Ballymun. As we said earlier, this should have been a Shamrock Rovers home game out in Roadstone Sports Club down the National Carriageway, but climatic conditions have forced change in venue, and that's why this live stream is coming to you from trusty right foot of his when opportunity beckons. And of course the other man on the sideline is one of the most experienced guys here today, is the goalkeeper James Conroy. Fantastic custodian, and in fairness, some of the goalkeepers, Justin Guiney and Fergal Duffy doing very well here today, and there's also Patrick Hutton, excellent exponents of the art of goalkeeping, complicated on their own part with the loss of a limb, but some very, very athletic guys there. Ball comes into the box, cleared, and Neil Hoey trying to put pressure on Sean Hogan. Gary Hoey, and a coming together there between Rory Murphy and Gary Hoey, and Gary Hoey picks up a yellow card for that.
Yeah, Gary Hoy's known for if you're going in for a tackle with Gary Hoy, you can be sure of one thing. He's going to give 100%. He's not going to pull out. A bit of a Roy Keane in Gary.
Well, it didn't look hugely malicious. Both of them trying to get there at the same time, and I think maybe Rory Murphy just got there a nanosecond ahead of Hoey, but picks up a yellow card for his troubles.
Yeah, I've seen Gary actually upend quite a few players over the years, and actually send them somersaulting into the air, especially in the internationals. It's probably a bit different here because they are conscious, but when it's on the international stage, I mean, there's no prisoners taken,
Well, yeah, I suppose one of those remarkable things, once you walk across the whitewash, the friendship goes out of the window, and sworn enemies for the duration of the match. Once the final whistle goes, you can just see how tight all these guys are. Always the handshake, always the slap on the back, and best of mates.
Yeah, 100%. As I say, they're all international team players together. As I say, they're playing for their club at the moment. But if this when they go and play international, it's totally different, because obviously no one wants to hurt anyone. We don't want to hurt anyone anyway. But you know, if you're going in it's international and it's a different country, there's no love lost there.
And just the demographics, and I mean, there I mentioned war zones. I mean, where there's landmines, you probably end up with a bigger population of available players.
Yeah, actually, you can go to some of the Eastern European countries. You know, Ukraine, Russia, and some of these countries. You know, a lot of their amputees are ex-servicemen and things like that, and they've lost their legs through wars and things like that. And they do have a massive player base. So I suppose, you know. As I say, I was recently out in Gaza, and I took a training session there with 80 players. 65 had lost their legs in the last year through conflict. You know, not getting into politics or anything. So, yeah, it's sad like that. You know, I mean, a lot of these have lost their legs through birth defects, trauma, accident, or cancer or something like that. But again, look, we're here to play football, you know. As I say, sometimes we often say, we actually, people watching this, you will feel sorry for us, but they shouldn't really, because, sometimes I always say it's the other people who have a disability, not us, because not everyone can come and play this. And as I always used to say, some of these players, James Boyle, all that, they can do a lot of what Robbie Keane and all that can do, but if you give Robbie Keane a pair of crutches, I'm sure he can't do what we can do. So, it's great.
Well, Christy McGallagher's 49 years of age and still getting out there. I think Christy, in his playing days with Ballymun United, if you told him he was still playing coming up to his 50th birthday, he'd have laughed it away. But still, one of the main men for Shamrock Rovers here, and of course Christy losing his limb in a motoring accident many years ago.
But he's amazing. I mean, Christie's one of those players, he doesn't need to run around. He lets the ball do the work for him. He's such an intelligent player. He can dictate, playing alongside him in some of the internationals, he can dictate. And then Christie can hit a shot from just from nowhere, and there's power and everything in it. He's still got so much to give.
Yeah, absolutely. Simon Baker, his... the weight on the ball, the accuracy of delivery, hallmarks of Christy McGallagher. And then his ability to actually get on the end of it and find the back of the net just marks him out as an exceptional player of this particular brand of football. So, second half just about to get underway. James Boyle into the fray, himself and Stefan Balog, so Stonal Bly making way at the minute. So the two Hoies exchanging with Neil. Now Gary again. An opportunity for Rory Murphy, but Howie pushes him, forces him wide, and Howie seems to like the bit of contact all right, as Mr. Baker suggested earlier, and Boyle gets his shot away, and what an introduction that would have been for James Boyle.
James is a great player. I mean, I've played against James many a time, and he's a very awkward player. He's very good on the crutches, but he's an awkward player to mark. And he's a big player, he's a fast player. Very hard to play against James, yeah.
Well, credit to Fergal Duffy making a save down low to his right, and referee Patchell just adjusting the goal, that there was a bit of contact. So Neil Howie looking to... and Boyle trying to set Neil Howie up, but slightly overcooked the pass. But good start for Bowes, getting a shot away early on, and Boyle definitely had his sights focused early enough that forced Cork into making the save. So Patrick Hickey wide to Kevin Cahalane. Cahalane with a bit of space, but Howie nicks the ball off him, and Howie raiding down this right flank. And again, ball just coming off the ground a little speedy.
Yeah, it's spinning. It's a very slippery surface, so obviously the ball is just spinning across the surface there. It's probably going a bit faster than they want it to. But sure, look, it's the same for both teams,
Yeah, just that adjustment needed a little bit just to try slow it down. But if you slow it down too much, the ball's going to be nicked. So it just makes for an interesting contest, and at 0-0, big one to win this. And as Simon Baker said, only a couple of points separating these two teams in the league, and it's a big match for them to win. There's Cork. And Boyle with another opportunity. He gets it away, and what a goal from James Boyle. I mean, he's only on the pitch a couple of minutes. He's had 2 shots, and he's got a goal, and Bows take the lead. Simon, cracking goal.
Yeah, cracking. But look, James, again, he just doesn't even flinch it. You know, he knows what he wants to do with it. Once they give him the ball, they know how dangerous he is as well. He shoots from anywhere.
Well, he threaded that one home, and there was some Cork traffic facing him, but opportunity opened, and he didn't need to be asked the second time. James Boyle has given Bohemians the lead here. Just a mix up at the restart. We'll get it underway again. Rory Murphy and Kevin Cahalan there. Hickey, Sean Og Murphy and Fergal Duffy out there. So Bows 1-0 up, and cracking goal to break the deadlock here at Ballymun United's grounds. And Ronan Crowe kept James Boyle in reserve, sat out the first match and the first half, but making an immediate impact. And Balog back in, and Gary Murphy, he couldn't get it through, and a second opportunity, and Balog with an opportunity. Great move. And was it a pass? Was it a shot, Simon?
No, it was a great link-up play there. I just he did the finish. Obviously, he'll be disappointed when he watched that back. Great link-up play. Yeah, really intelligent, moving the ball around. One-touch stuff, isn't it?
Well, Rovers have been the custodians that one-touch play, but Bow has shown that they're more than capable of delivering similar quality play themselves. But suddenly Bow seems to have found a second gear, and it looks as if the introduction of James Boyle has been the catalyst that has triggered that jump in performance from Bohemians. And Ronan Crowe anxious to encourage his troops to bigger heights there, and Bows had an opportunity perhaps to copper fasten this particular result with a second there, but Cork will be happy to be still in the game at 1-0, and you can expect them to push hard between now and the closing whistle. See if they can get back into this game. Yeah,
Cork seem to have just took their foot off the pedal a little bit there. Their heads are down, a few sloppy mistakes, ball going out of play, missed passes. They need to pick up their heads a bit now, and hopefully this little prep talk now will get them into it now. And they've got nothing to lose, so now they may as well just go and give it their all. They can't afford to lose this, or they'll finish third. Absolutely.
Well, Chris McDermott, the sometimes goalkeeper Cork City, excellent netminder that he is too. He's involved in the football for all down with Cork City, just encouraging the men in the green shirts and white nicks to pull this one out of the fire a little bit. So Kevin Cahalan can't get that one under control, so Neil Hoey will take this and all the way back to Donegal netminder Riley. So into James Boyle, good first touch, and happy to retain possession. Employs an 11-a-side. If you haven't got the ball, you can't score, and good skills from Duffy in there. So ball back with Cork City. Another Dublin derby to look forward to. And O'Reilly sort of ball spinning, coming at him through the rain, but he got enough on it to knock it out for a touch. And again, Cork going route one. Neil Hoey gets the ball away. But a meaty Dublin derby to follow, Simon.
Yeah, again, I'd say Bows want to prove to Shamrock Rovers that really they should be up there, So, they'll want to win that one. But and I'm sure Shamrock Rovers will want to make sure that they prove to Bows that they're the true champions. So
absolutely, yeah. So a great finale as such. Rovers and Bows, two great old Dublin rivals going head to head, and as Simon Baker says, neither will want to lose that one. Again. So Eddie O'Reilly shown himself to be an excellent number 2 to normal Bohemians goalkeeper, James Conroy, otherwise known as Jacko. So Stefan Ballog gets the ball free, and James Boyle putting Sean Murphy under a bit of pressure. So Gary Hoey still has a relationship going with Mr. Patchell despite that yellow card. So Bows getting some wit into the game. Stefan Ballog out wide under pressure from Dave Saunders and Rory Murphy, but match official the far side, Claudio Campusco, signalling a free just on the halfway line to Bohemians. So Gary Hoey. Oh, lovely, excellent opportunity that created by Gary Hoey in low. But Stefan Ballog knew exactly what he was doing, Simon.
Yeah, great shot there, and plenty of power in it, just a bit too high, but great.
Well, it would have been the goal of the day so far had it gone in, but so close for Bows. The second goal, but wasn't to be. So Cork still in it at 1-0. Simon said expect them to start taking an opportunity or a risk or two to pull this one out of the fire, and James Boyle just felt the pressure of Sean Murphy behind him. So the ball over with Dave Saunders now. Rory Murphy and Kevin Cahalan ahead of him, looking for a bit of mobility now and somebody to show for it. And the ball comes all the way in, and off a crutch, was it?
No, I thought he hit his chest, but he obviously he's given it to.
So signaling
yeah, I don't know what he blew for that there now.
So that looks as if it's a drop ball. Or right, okay. A bit of sportsmanship. Kevin Cahill knocks it back to O'Reilly. So Neil Hoey and a flick of the foot and gets James Boyle down into the corner, and he wins himself and his team Bohemians a corner kick. Clock beginning to run down here, and time running out for Cork City. They get themselves into this game, trailing 1-0 late on, and Bows with a free, and they go short. Oh, he just couldn't curl the ball sufficiently. Hits off a magazine sign over the far side. IAAF National League sponsors. So Cork need to start taking those risks now as Dave Saunders pushes forward, and Stefan Ballog is going to get a touch on that. And fair play, they're saying it was just a contact, nothing in it. Yeah, so James Boyle goes to ground, but kick in to Bohemians over here. So and he trying to get Neil Hoey in at the back post, but just too much on it. Howie straight away, dropping deep. Simon, this looks as if it might be going Bohemians' way.
Yeah. As I say, Cork seem to have dropped their heads, just not controlling the ball. They just, I don't know, there just seems something missing now. Their heads are down. I think they've sort of half given up,
So good call by manager Ronan Croak at that introduction at half-time of James Boyle.
Yeah, as I say, James Boyle is a game changer. He sits in the middle of the park there. He can lay up, set up goals. Look, the ball was going nowhere. Just trying to put it into the middle there from Cork, but you're just losing the ball then.
Right, well, four of the all the outfield players from Cork City are in the Bows half, and Kevin Cahalan gets a shot away with the ball was rising, and goal kick to Cork or to Bohemians, and we're looking at the final act of that match, and it's a 1-0 win to Bohemians here. Bows will be delighted with that, and looking at the prospect of a massive game coming up with Shamrock Rovers. Stuart McCloskey pacing the ground here, awaiting his own team back onto the pitch. But Simon, well deserved in the end for Bows.
Yeah, Bows deserved it. They kept the ball, they played it around the field. I suppose, look, Cork are probably a bit tired from the first game, but I'd like to see Cork maybe hang on to it a bit more, and just play it around. They seem to be forcing the ball, and then you're going to lose it. And then when you lose possession, what are you? You're on the back foot then defending, well win. Great win by Bows. Great goal by...
So it looks as if Conroy is starting in goal. Donald Bly, Gary Howie, Stephen Ballog and James Boyle for Rovers. Neil Howie sitting this one out, getting some protection off Simon Baker's umbrella. So
I'd say we could see some emotions here. I'm sure we'll get one or two shouts out of Alan Wall as well, and James Boyle here. There'll be a lot of competition between these two clubs now.
Well, Justin Guiney, Stuart McAvoy, Alan Wall, Christy McGallagher and Kevin O'Rourke, the starting five for Shamrock Rovers. And it looks as if that ball might have taken a bit of a nick coming through. I think it might have come off McGallagher. Yeah. So Howie calling the shouts there. Leave it for Donald Bly. So rehearsed corner kick. And James Boyle just adjusting the bootlace. So just Gary Howie in the centre circle, back for Bohemians. Oh, and well worked, and James Boyle just missed kicks, but well created by Bohemians. So Stuart McAvoy all the way back. Justin Guiney and Howie snapping in again, and he gets Boyle on the ball. Pressurised, cover-wise. And ball rebounds off Alan Wall, but back with James Conroy. And again, Boyle showing good first touch and some strength down that left flank, looking to cut it across, and Guiney gets a touch on it. So Donald Bly with the restart. Has Ballog and Boyle shaping up, but Gary Howie is free, but it comes all the way back, and Boyle tries to get a head on it. And, that ball's gone long. Conroy watches it go safely over the bar. So Conroy to Gary Howie. Ball comes into Ballog. Ballog returns first time. McGallagher beats it away. Still working on that technical problem, but All this footage will go out. Balog just couldn't get the ball under control. Came at him with too much pace. It's been a common theme in the matches today, and it's really because they're rain affected, as so many games in Dublin this weekend have been. Anyway, Kevin O'Rourke on the ball. So he's a highly talented player. To McGilligan with that trusty left foot. Just Wall. In fairness, Wall's been muscled out of it fair, but he's not having one of his better days now. He's still more than capable.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't worry about that. Alan Wall is there. He again, a game changer. Rovers are doing really well now. You can see they're just playing the ball and they're holding on to it. They're not trying to rush it. There's linking and there's plenty of movement about them, and they're opening up post.
McGilligan gets one away and again on target, but James Conroy equal to the shot. Good passage of play there from Shamrock Rovers. Patient build up, and McGilligan getting his shot away. Left footed, drilled it. Daisy cutter, but Conroy equal to that in the Bohemians goal.
And like we said earlier there, Christy McElliott, he's some power and he can put that ball and he keeps it nice and low. His intelligence and his experience from playing football all those years, it comes on the pitch,
O'Rourke skips past the tackle from Gary Hoey, and he has Wall to his left, and he goes inside him again, and and he tried to go on his own, and Conroy stands big and blocks it away, and Rovers threaten again here in this Dublin derby. Excellent play by Kevin O'Rourke, but perhaps should have tried to seek out Alan Wall.
Yeah, Alan Wall wasn't happy with that. He let Kevin know there, shake of the head and the rise of the crutch. He wanted it. Kevin just a bit too late coming across with it.
Well, Alan Wall, a guy who lives every game, and so is very vocal and loves to celebrate, loves to score goals, and good close control there. Forced backwards though, so McGilligan to pull the strings again. McAvoy, and he gets good weight on it, but Alan Wall can't get it under control. So Donald Blythe back to James Conroy. So Gary Hoey, club skipper, so experienced, and Stefan Balog, but Stuart McAvoy gets in there, and Kevin O'Rourke will pick up the crumbs on that one. So Wall out wide. You get the feeling that Wall's going to get one away soon. Stuart McAvoy scored a great goal, I think down in Cork, I seem to remember, but not today. Yeah, Wall's hungry out there.
Yeah, I think if they carry on like this, you can feel Rovers are going to get a goal there. There's some lovely build-up play by them, and you think that you can feel there's a goal coming from them.
Well, the voice of experience there, Simon Baker. Limerick based now, Simon, isn't it?
Yeah, Limerick now.
Oh, and a brilliant save, Boyle denied by Justin Coyne. Brilliant save from full length to get it away, but Boyle again showing what he's capable in front of goal.
Yeah, great, isn't it? Look, and he gets into them tight corners, but he can still just ping that ball there, and he's on target. But a great save. You can't take that away from Justin.
Well, Rovers probably edging it in terms of possession, but in terms of chances, so that's one either end. And Patchell calling it. So Alan Wall thinks he has a future as a referee. We're not too sure about that one. Yeah, so hot ball. It's the curtain wire coming across. So McGilligan out for a break, and Kevin Fogarty back in. Done very well when he was introduced first time for his league debut. So Kevin O'Rourke, skipper, on the ball. McAvoy wide out here, and that's where it comes to. And Wall making a run up the middle, but switched out to Kevin O'Rourke, and McAvoy with an opportunity. He tries to skip inside and free give, and Patchell Referee Patrick signalling free. Now, suppose they definitely have Wall more than capable, but McGilligan will be the man for the free. But word between Kevin O'Rourke and Alan Wall as to what they can do, and James Conroy getting his defence set up. So it's Wall over the ball, and he's trying to stand in front of James Conroy, and comes off Stephen Ballock for a corner. Kevin O'Rourke trying to stand and block out James Conroy's line of vision, and he just steps in front of him. So Stuart McAvoy, Wall, opportunity. And it's that man Wall. And he was winding himself up, and you could feel that he just wanted to get a shot away. And finally, Simon, Alan gets his reward.
Yeah, you could see that was coming. I mean, they've a good couple of build-up plays there. And again, look, Alan Wall, tight corner, puts the ball between all the defenders and straight into the net. Fantastic, great goal.
Well, league champions Rovers take the lead here against Bohemians, but expect a response from Bows. Boyle's been excellent. Balog has been good as well. Gary Hoey and Neil still to come in. Perhaps when Boyle gets a good turn. And Claudio, the far side, signals free against Stuart McAvoy, and decent position as well. Just wide of the Rovers goal, but close enough in if they can get a clean strike. And I mean, the man himself is down injured, but you expect James Boyle to take this, Simon?
Yeah, sure, yeah. And I'd say he'll just blast it at the goal there and try and see if he can work it through, and if not, pick up on the rebound. He's got Gary out on the outside there that he might lay it off to, but I'd say he's just going to have a shot.
A lot of traffic in there. Ronan croaked the Bows manager having a look. Look at the Wall. Did its job, and I think it was the Wall himself who actually got the touch on it. But
I think if he'd have played it out to Gary there, Gary would have had a better chance of striking it, you know. He had a clear shot, he was out there, he was clear, he was on his own, but James went for the shot. But look.
Yeah, probably a sign of confidence that he wanted to take it on in the first place, but still 1-0. That Alan Wall goal. And Balog, unlucky, got his head in front of Stuart McAvoy, but got under it and out for a goal kick. So both managers pacing the line here. It's a big game, big result, and Wall tries a back heel, and again Kevin Fogarty, the new boy crowding out James Boyle. So Fogarty doing well, and shown that he has something about him, and so Simon, just again, in terms of anybody watching that would like to support or come on board as a sponsor, I mean, there's so much to offer here, because it's a wonderfully entertaining sport, isn't it?
Yeah, and it attracts a lot of attention. So I mean, there'll be payback for any sponsor that gets involved, obviously the game relies on sponsorship, but as I say, any previous sponsors that have come on board before, they've got their rewards by the publicity that this game attracts.
Well, there's the League Cup, there's the Champions League, there's international program, there's training camps. I mean, there's a lot just going on.
Yeah, I mean, I suppose where they really lacking funding now is for the international. I mean, obviously there's training weekends. A lot of these lads live in all four different counties of four corners of the country. So, the lads come away, and next year now they'll be looking to have 2-day training camps. You need the 2 days, with the professional staff and everything we have. So, you're paying for things like accommodation and food, and so, I mean, if there was any sponsor out there would love to come on board. I mean, as I say, the European Championships next year in Krakow will attract so much media attention. But if there was a sponsor for the international team, it would be greatly appreciated. I know that.
Well, the Irish Amputee Football Association Facebook page, if you want to go onto it, you can make contact with Christy McGallagher through the Football Association of Ireland. Easily contactable. If your pockets reach deep, don't be afraid to make that contribution. Great bunch of lads here. Always put on a very entertaining show, and sort of a lot of good guys out there. So if you'd like to sponsor, get involved with this discipline, please feel free to make contact. We have mentioned Magazine before, been very good with their sponsorship of the Irish Amputee Football Association League, and many thanks to them for their continued support. But Simon said sponsorship lifeblood, and these guys are travelling from all around the country, so if you're available to make a contribution, love to hear from you. Well, Ronan Croke, it's very much a tactical display. I see Neil Hoey has his top off, so expect that. The opposite side, Stuart McCluskey, sort of very animated, a bit more so than Ronan Croke. Probably feeling the pressure is Stuart a little bit, but the manager of the league champions, and probably just wants to finish off with a flourish. So looks as if a couple of people taking their tops off, substitutes on the line here, so I think we can expect to see some changes. Yes, Stephen Cahill is in for Kevin Fogarty, and in fairness, Stuart McSweeney, Rovers manager, saying that Stephen Cahill had played very well, and I think he was shown very well for the ball, and he was fairly mobile. Not a lot to him, but good goods and small parcels. So it'll be Cahill to get it underway again, and he's got Guiney, McGallagher, McAvoy, and Kevin O'Rourke. Well, Rovers will have James Conroy, Gary Hoey, Neil Hoey, Stephen Ballog, and James Boyle as their starting five. So action underway again, second half here. Rovers against Bohemians. Rovers 1-up. Alan Wall, cracking goal early on. Gary Hoey in straight away, and vital interception there, just to take it off the toe of Stephen Cahill. So Stuart McAvoy will get this going again. This tactic often using the goalkeeper as a play starter, like a quarterback in American football. A lot of it starts from the goalkeeper.
Yeah, I mean, build up from the back, keep possession, and if you can't go forward, bring it back to the keeper. You remember the keeper's another man on the team,
Yeah, some decent play there. Hoey with a great interception, and then young Neil Hoey, fearless, going in on Christy McGallagher, a man twice his age and more, but young Neil Hoey shown no respect for his senior on that particular occasion, but we know he does. Oh, and Neil Hoey gets a shot away and urges James Boyle to get to the back post. So Christy McGallagher down near the corner flag, looking to get things underway, and rolls it in. Kevin O'Rourke back to Justin Guiney, and McGallagher just protect him, hold on to possession. Rovers working it across the back, and he has Kevin O'Rourke inside. O'Rourke with Carl wide, but Gary Hoey, his tackle count is extremely high today. He's done really well for Bohemians, and understandable why he wears the armband as well, because he's one of the most vocal players as well. And just a little bit of breakdown in communications there. And Stefan Balog, a little bit frustrated out there. But
Stewie, don't get sloppy. Justin, keep talking, don't get sloppy.
so Stefan just a little bit frustrated.
Yeah, you can see that, and just putting a bit of pressure on Shamrock Rovers there, and forcing them to make a few small little errors, like, you know. They're the errors that can come back and punish you afterwards, you know. So you need to. You can hear the Shamrock Rovers coach there saying to them, you know, keep concentrate.
Yeah.
You know, those little mistakes so that you can get punished.
Yeah, and it's that just trying to force the error. Mistakes happen, and opportunity can open up for you.
Yeah, Shamrock Rovers seem to have they seem to be on the back foot at the moment now. They seem
I mean, Bow's definitely committed too forward. You know, I suppose they can rely heavily on Gary Hoey because he gets across the ground and makes so many tackles as well. But anyway, they're breaking, and Hoey faced with, and again another tackle from Gary Hoey today. He's been immense for Bohemians, in fairness to him.
He puts his body on the line, Gary. That's one thing you can be sure with him. Both in club and international, as you say, his tackle count is very good. Like, you know, it's not often they get past him with the ball.
Exactly, and he did pick up a yellow card earlier on, but no malice in it whatsoever. It's just the competitive nature, and he lives close to the edge, and he wouldn't want it any other way. So Kevin O'Rourke over this. James Conroy trying to line up what's going to be a shot. Oh, and Conroy, you know, like, he got down very well, and you know, genuine international class goalkeeper. So Kevin O'Rourke with the corner kick, and Stefan Balog gets a head on it, and it's come off the wire, the overhead wire, so interference. So Claudio will get this going again, so off the wire, and Stephen Call back to James Conroy. So Stuart McAvoy got in really well there, and a cushion pass from Christy McGilligan. Like, shown his class. So Neil Hoey calling for it, and James Boyle, and he has Stefan Balog inside, and he uses them. So ball in the air, Stuart McAvoy clears, Balog gets back, and Hoey, big shout from Gary Hoey. So Stuart McSweeney calling Alan Wall to help see this one out, using his mobility, and Neil Hoey gets inside Christy McGilligan, but Rovers batten down the hatches, and there's opportunity here. Oh, and James Boyle couldn't get it, and it comes off Neil Hoey's face, and Boyle trying to get a shot away, comes off Christy McGilligan, back to Justin Goiney, and Rovers can break up that bit of pressure there, Simon, from Bohemians.
Yeah, the ball pinging around there. They were lucky enough just to clean it up there, and I'd say they were happy enough to see it go back to Justin Guiney's hand. So
Gary Hoey with an opportunity, and McGilligan stands big for Shamrock Rovers, and Stuart McSweeney looking to Kai. So Stephen Call, he's done well with his afternoon's contribution for Shamrock Rovers. Touch of the crutches, and that man Wall back in and races across the pitch to take up his position facing Gary Hoey. So Boyle, decent touch, and when McGilligan saw the danger and got across to get a big block on that one.
Well, I think James was lucky there, because you could see the arm come across there, and he kind of controlled it. He was lucky he didn't get penalised for that. Now I would have said that was definitely a free.
Okay, so and crutch contact, so free into Bohemians. Clock is ticking down here, so Bows really need to take advantage of these opportunities. And James Boyle, I mean, wouldn't Bohemians just love this? You know, to deny Rovers at the death, and Stuart McSweeney getting a lot of shouts in there is how he wants it set up. Two-man wall at the minute. Stuart McAvoy ready to pounce. Gary Hoey waiting for a square ball. Balog at the back post. And Justin Goiney stands big and earns his corn. Yeah, and Stuart McSweeney, round of applause for his goalkeeper, and another one off, another free. Perhaps a better opportunity, further away from goal, but more in front of goal, Simon.
Yeah, be interested to see what they do here now. Well, James has got a nice shot on here now if he wants it. Again, you know, Gary Hoy is there, he's open, you know, if he lays it over to Gary, draws the players in, you know, I just wouldn't be shooting.
Okay, well, he didn't, and Goiney makes the save, and McElligott plays it off Gary Hoey, wins a free. So pressure valve released there a little bit, and Kevin O'Rourke front of us here. Kevin shows good footwork and gets inside and tries to pull it back, but Gary Hoey, and he's Patchell calling the free this side. So back to Wall. Wall has Stuart McAvoy wide. McAvoy get a shot away, screws the ball, and you can see the urgency from the Bohemian sideline. That ball came in very, very quick. So Neil Hoey, a bit of urgency from Bohemians, and there's a fair bit of movement out there, and Stephen Ballock, he's not going to get that. They can eat up a few seconds there, Rovers, as they close in on this win, if that's what it's going to be. But league champions and a trophy presentation to follow. So Neil Hoey, put under pressure by Kevin O'Rourke and Alan Wall in front of the goal, and Conroy gets down to make the save. Yeah, and Kevin O'Rourke, wry smile on his face. Why didn't you find the back of the net, Alan? But it's his goal, Alan Wall's goal, that separates these two sides here. Clock ticking down. Good movement from Rovers. So game on. They're not going to. Gary Hoey with yet another tackle interception. So Rovers looking to wind the clock down. Stuart McAvoy under a bit of pressure, and Stephen Balog thought and Stuart McAvoy wins the free, and Ronan Croak can't understand, and Stuart McSweeney keeps his pockets in his hand on this occasion. So Christy McElligott calm things down. Oh no, Balog gave the ball away. So Boyle with an opportunity. Can he get a shot away? Oh yes, O'Neill Hoey nicks it at the death and ties it up. Oh, it's like a win for them, isn't it?
Yeah, look, you can see the disappointments on their faces. Just took the eye off it for a little while. No one saw Neil, you know, coming in there, and I suppose they didn't expect that James was going to try and shoot from there, and they had it covered. But great little poaching goal there, we call it.
Well, Justin Goiney made the save, but he just dollied it up for Neil Hoey, and all he had to do was slide it across the line. But Bohemians have saved honour here with a late equaliser, and it's Alan Wall looks to get a chance away. Jeez, can Bohemians win it at the death? Oh, and it's kick into Bohemians. Suddenly Bohemians look as if they might try nick it. So Wall, speculative shot, Conroy with the save, Gary Hoey with the kick in.
Yeah, just wasted the ball there, but in fairness, that's a fair result. You know, both teams put on a good show there. Bows had a couple of chances in the first half. You know, fair result for me. It's great, yeah, great.
Well, Simon Baker, founder of the Irish Amputee Football Association, many thanks for your kind words today. Also co-founder of the European version as well. Honours even in the final match here at the Ballymun United. Shamrock Rovers won, Alan Wall on target. Bohemians won with Neil Hoey getting that last minute equaliser. Conroy and Justin Guiney shaking hands as everybody else is here today. Brilliant afternoon sports, some cracking goals. But we now await the presentation of the league title trophy to Shamrock Rovers, winners of the league, and you got to say well done to everybody for contributing to this afternoon's action here in Ballymun, and encouragement and congratulations in advance of the trophy presentation itself. What a nice trophy it is, adorned now with the green and white hoop, green and white colours of the hoops. It's small league, but it is competitive, and as mentioned by Simon Baker, anybody out there who is available to play this grade of football, if they want to make contact, the Irish Amputee Football Association Facebook page, place to go, or Christy McGallagher through the Football Association of Ireland. Please feel free to make contact. As Kevin O'Rourke, the Shamrock Rovers captain, strides forward to receive the trophy to the delight and acclaim of his fellow players. Well done, Shamrock Rovers. Of course, first team win an FAI Cup final, Extra.ie Cup final coming up, but it's the Amputee squad who are blazing away with a piece of silverware for Shamrock Rovers, and well done the Hoops, and warm applause from their rivals Bohemians and Cork City, who've made the journey up to Ballymun today. Well done to Shamrock Rovers. Thanks to Magazine, final time today. Delighted to have your presence for this broadcast from Ballymun in North County Dublin. Shamrock Rovers, Irish Amputee Football Association champions 2019. Well done to Bohemians, League Cup winners, and the champagne was empty very quickly, and photographs being taken there for posterity. The small band of supporters watching on. From Ballymun in North County Dublin, Simon Scott on behalf of Striker Online and cameraman Ed Scannell, good afternoon.